Hey guys, welcome back. I am in the middle of editing the video you just watched, so in terms of continuity, I just want to, ahead of everything, I want to just apologize because it's been a pretty rough emotional ride. You could probably see right here. I have a messaging thread with the dealer, and then I also have a an email conversation with GM, and I just wanted to share some context. And this is the part that got me upset just a few moments ago, to where I thought I was gonna bawl. I thought I was gonna break down and cry. And it's more frustration than anything else, because I sat down and if you're looking at the screen, the green part is mine, the gray part is the dealership's, and um, with regard to what I said in the video, I just I made the connection that the dealership was pointing the fingers at GM, and GM was pointing their fingers at the dealership, and that there was a massive communication breakdown. So I actually, after I shot the last clip, I walked over to my to a chair outside, and I sat down and I literally just sent an email. I sent two of them. I sent an email and I sent a message. The first one I sent to the dealership saying, I feel like you're pointing the finger at them, GM that is, while they're pointing the finger at you guys. What are customers supposed to think, et cetera, et cetera. And a previous part of this conversation talks about, the last sentence of before I started shooting the video outside. It says, we're trying to get this vehicle off the lot as quickly as possible because it could have been sold several times over already, but we're trying to do you a favor. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of took that as a threat. It makes sense that a dealership would want to get rid of the car. I mean, it's taking up a space on their lot, and they don't necessarily want it there. They want to, move on to sell somebody else a vehicle. So, I told you, I said, you're pointing fingers, blah, blah, blah. And he replies back, and I'm just going to read this as it is. I wasn't pointing any fingers. I'm only assessing the fact that you're not getting all of the information. Like, I'm sure I don't have all of the information as well. There are a lot of people involved in this process, and not all of the information gets passed along to every person with their hands in the pot. We're waiting on updated documents that we were told have been corrected. Now, at this moment in time, I sent an email to GM saying, listen, here's a screenshot of their message. They are waiting for documentation. So remember, in the video, I apologized to GM and everything else, but it seems like the dealership is legitimately waiting for paperwork. So I wrote, I responded back saying, this is horrible. GM's telling your customer that it's the dealer's fault, and the dealer's saying it's GM's fault. And then I wrote, what am I supposed to make of that? There's nothing in writing. This is the first time I've heard about an escalation above the coordinator, because they actually mentioned it. Up in the email ahead, there was someone higher up than your coordinator had to get involved because the information the coordinator sent was inaccurate, and I'm assuming she didn't tell you that either. We have done everything possible to make sure this is done correctly, or you would be back at my dealership re-signing and doing everything over again until it's done right. And then he apologized. But, so I took that, I screenshotted it, and I sent that to the dealership. Now, I'm done with this edit, so I'm actually going to open up my mailbox. And this email here actually says from the coordinator, and I'm not going to read names. If you guys can see the names, I really, frankly, don't care. But it says right here, I'm not sure who he spoke to, he being this guy. No one called in about your case while I was out sick the last few days. He was sent all of the correct information. I'm still waiting on a document from him, though. She's waiting for a document. These guys are waiting for documents. These guys are saying the documents they received in January on the 20th were incorrect. They're still waiting. He's saying that somebody above her was involved in the message, and she says nobody called in. So I literally screenshot that and I sent this to him. In fact, here in this text messaging thread is this email. You can see it kind of looks the same, right? This part and this part, identical. And then I said, we have a serious breakdown here. I don't know why I can't drive the car while you and GM box this out behind the scenes without customer involvement. There's a case wide open and everything to it. Still not sure why I got to be the lucky one to suffer through all of this. And my last sentence to him was, so another day has came and went, still no further than months ago. And then I said, have you guys talked to the coordinator before the close of the day today? And then he responds back, actually, I was recording this part when the message popped in. It said, I forwarded your screenshot to my manager as soon as you sent it to me, and he immediately got on the phone. But I'm unsure of who he was reaching out to. So we have a broken process that is penalizing customers. And at this point, I don't care if it's GM's fault. I don't care if it's the dealership's fault. I just want to know what's going to be done in the end to make this right. Now, I am going to come to you guys, and from a personal side of things, I'm going to ask for help. If any of you watching this video in and around February of 2023, if you're watching this video and you know of an attorney, or you are an attorney that is interested in this case, please reach out to me. My email address is in the channel information of this channel that you're watching. And I think at this point, I need to know what my options are legitimately, because, you know, this isn't costing the dealership anything. And this process, as drawn out as it has been, has just gotten to the point where it's causing me, like, literal damage up here. Like, every day I wake up, I go to bed feeling like I'm dumber than I was when I woke up. You know, and then I can't sleep right, and then I'm upset. And, you know, I have a family that relies on me, and I can't be a decent parent or a decent husband when my mind is in the garbage can, thanks to this process. So if you guys know anybody that's an attorney that would be interested in hearing this case, I have been very transparent to date, and I'd be happy to share any information and, you know, either do a Zoom call or a FaceTime call with an attorney to see what the options are, if there are any, because this has severely caused hardship for me at a time when in my life I was supposed to be just having a better life, moving to South Carolina, getting away from Los Angeles. All of that stuff that was supposed to bring peace and serenity into my life, and yet between these two, I don't know who's getting me worse. At this point, I think it's both of them combined, because it's both of these. Well, one of them's, you know, a group of billionaires, and then I'm sure these guys are multimillionaires. So between a billionaire company and a multimillionaire company, who knows? They might have 300 dealerships all over the country. They might be billionaires. I don't know. It is what it is. But suffice it to say that the whole idea of taking care of a customer is out the window. And that's just not comprehensible by me. Anyway, it's getting late in the evening here, and I have to go make some dinner, and I will release this as a second part to the video that I already edited, and you guys will see that here tonight yet. It'll be another 2-for-1 upload day. So thanks so much for listening to me. I apologize for my broken down demeanor, but I am broken, and that's just something that I'm gonna have to deal with. So I hope you can excuse me, and as always, thank you for watching.